Hello everybody, I can't stand it anymore, so as you know, I received this yesterday morning, so it has been more than 24 hours since I received this, and I feel the urge to open it, and I thought, why not open it together with you guys, since a lot of you seem to enjoy unboxing videos and first impression videos as much as I do. So here it is. This is Tarot de Paris. This particular reproduction is done by Civilixi. Again, I will link their website below. If you've seen my unboxing video of the Vieille Tarot, you would have seen that this one arrived together in the same packaging because they come as a discounted pack. So this one and the Civilixi book and deck set came at a special price. And also it saves on shipping cost. So I'm going to try on my non-existent French here. Collection de la Biblioteque Nationale, collection from the National Library, the Tarot of Paris. So Tarot de Marseille, Tarot de Paris, I suppose, Tarot of Marseille, Tarot of Paris. Something along the line of, I don't speak French, feel free to translate this. I haven't attempted to translate this, but 17th century, a collection of the National Library, edited by Dimanche. Not quite sure how to pronounce that. And it's by the, is it Master Cartier Grimaud? So there it is. So that's by Grimaud, edited by Andre. Okay. I've seen this around on Instagram, and in particular, I think when I first saw this, it was Collection de la Biblioteque Nationale collection. Yep, okay. I think that's the World, Le Monde. I have been artsy's post. So here it is. So same cardstock, very much like the one you can get, the smooth cardstock from Printer Studio. So it's waxy, but let me see. Okay, it smells differently though. So it's waxy, but it feels a lot more matte. It's really nice, I quite like it. Pointy there, not cornered at all. Let's see what the introduction card have to say. This exclusive reprinting of the Parisian Tarot pack is the first since the early 17th century. Copyright Andre, this person here, Dimanche, 1985, made in France. That's the back. So that's the same as the Vieille. Created in the early 17th century, this tarot is the oldest surviving example of a complete pack. So not the oldest, because I think the oldest is the Visconti Sforza deck, isn't it? The one at the Pierpont Morgan collection. I can never pronounce that name. That's the oldest from the 1400s. However, it isn't a complete deck because a few of the cards are missing. So I am understanding this as this is the oldest in terms of a complete deck that survives in all of its entirety, so that every bit that we see here is original to the pack or to the deck. Although the elements are those of a standard tarot pack, the originality of these cards lies in the magic of the drawings, the delicacy of their colors, and the wealth of their symbols. So we'll put that aside. I'm not quite sure if I've screwed up the ordering just now. Is any of this supposed to be at the front? Doesn't matter, let's just go with it anyway. So that's the cups. That's the cups as well. Is this not in order? That's the Magician. Very much looking like doing a parlor game there. There's number one there. This one here is Queen of Cups, I think. King of Cups. Knight of Cups there. So that's a suit of cups. That's number one, the Magician, the Popess. Two of Cups. The Empress. Three of Cups. That's an interesting... Okay, so the ordering is that supposed to be the case, or am I missing something? Okay, I have not researched this because, as you know, I decided to buy this because I know one day I would like to have this for my collection for study purposes, because I have heard that this is the oldest surviving deck that is complete. The oldest surviving deck, tarot game deck, being the Visconti Sforza. So this seemed to came sort of like that. I'm not quite sure whether there's a reason for that or whether that's just a random occurrence. That's a Pope. Whether this is just a random incident of the sorting machine at the printing factory, I don't know. This is the Lovers. Excuse me. I thought I've gotten over my coughing, but every now and then it would pop back in. The Chariot. Are those swans? I don't know. Anyway. Justice. Eight of Cups. The Hermit. Has that hand-painted feel. Very, very like this sort of blurry, sort of that watery, what do you call it? It sort of leaks out from the lines there. Because this is an exact copy, if I understand this correctly, of the one in the library. I mean, they even have the stamp there. I think that's a stamp. Let me have a look closer. I think that's the National Library stamp. I could be wrong. Sun. What's that? Or who's that? It looks like it's looking into a mirror of some kind. And it looks like she is shrieking away from him, her, or it. Don't know. So I will, again, I didn't plan on acquiring this at the moment, like right now necessarily, but it's the Wheel of Fortune. But because it came as a pack at a discounted price, and I know that one day I would like to have this to study. I haven't really done my research. This is the Strength. And any of you who have done your research, feel free to comment below if you have any information about why certain things are a certain way, or if there's any link to any resources, I will happily put that together in the description box below, and I'll credit you as the one who suggested the link. I probably won't go into this researching this deck in any hurry. I have some commitments at the moment in my daily lives, in the drudgery of life, as some would describe it. Temperance. So this week will be especially stressful for me until this thing is sorted. The devil. Yeah, until this thing is sorted, this matter of business that I need to tackle, I probably will only go to tarot either to gain strength or to escape from the pressure of life. And so I want to do fun things. Research is fun, but it's not fun when you're mentally exhausted. This is the... So the star is also an astronomer. That reminds me of the Vieille. The Vieille. This is the one by Grimaud, the one that's been cleaned up and tidied up, so to speak, modernized a little bit, reimagined, shall we say? So that's the so that's interesting. So he's with that. What do you call it? The moon. So the moon here has is that guy serenading that lady up there? It's like he's playing a harp. So that give a sense more of the moon, like in Lenormand, isn't it? That sort of artistry, that sort of poetry, that sort of the otherworldly expression of this world. That's interesting. Judgment. In the world. So instead of having the figures like that surrounding the central figure, here it is 4 figures blowing into this globe, and he's above it, above everything. It's very almost victory warlike with the flag and everything. It's sort of conquest more than completion. It has that feel anyway. Excuse me. So this is the, I'm guessing this is the quote-unquote the Fool. What does that say? F-O. So there's the, what do you call that? The head of a clown. Bells. Pointy shoes. Mismatched socks and pants. Or maybe that's just how they dress in those days. I have no idea. Is that a crown? And that looks a little bit like a wing, but I don't think it is. Hold on a second, let me have a closer look. Yeah, that looks like a crown, and that looks like a huge big head or a face there. So potentially that could be a big mask that he's not currently using. I don't know. Any of you know of any resources, not so much about how to read or how to use this deck, but more about the story behind this deck? I would really very much love to know. And I know there's the usual places that we can go to for these things, like I know online, the Tarot History Forum, the Tarot History section of Eclectic Tarot Forum. This is the Queen of Swords, I think. That would be the Valet of Bâton. This would be the King of Swords, I'm guessing. That's the Knight of Bâton. That's the Ace of Swords. Is that a unicorn? Don't know. Can't say. That's a really long queen of bâton. Queen of a stick thing. 2 swords. King of clubs. 2, 3 of swords. 1 instead of 2. So interesting 4 instead of 2 like this and 2 like that. It's 2, 2. So this is Tarot de Paris. The structuring is quite different from Tarot de Marseille. Fascinating, fascinating. So it does have a very different feel as well, if you know the structuring of the minor is quite different. Just visually, aesthetically speaking, the geometric, the sort of arrangement of it. Failure of Cups, and then 9 and 10 of Stars. So that is Tarot de Paris, or the Paris Tarot, not to be confused with a modern deck that is also called the Paris Tarot. So that is the oldest surviving complete deck that we have so far. Not the oldest deck, but the oldest surviving complete, the oldest complete deck, which contain all of its original cards, complete from beginning to end in all the suits. Yeah, so that's it. Very good edition, I think. Oh, hold on a second. We've left a booklet. So maybe it's 1984. Société de Jeux de Marseille. So, okay. Is it all in French? Oh, it is. Oh, what a pity. What a pity. I'm going to write to, I don't know, I hope I will be responded to, but I am going to see if they have an English version for this that I've missed. I suspect not, because this was packaged, packed together with the English book. It's all in French. So that is of little use to me, but you know, it's good to have, I suppose. There it is, Tarot de Paris.